What's up, YouTubers and DJs? This is DJ Soundwave. I'm going to be giving you a quick review on these two mixers here. One of them being the DJM900 Nexus, Pioneer's industry standard club mixer, and the Denon DN-X 1700, their flagship DJ mixer right now. Both of them are great mixers. I'm going to start first with the Pioneer. Excuse me. Pioneer. As we all know, Pioneer's got a good history of making some rock-solid mixers. This mixer doesn't disappoint. It's a little bit big in my opinion, but everything works really well on it. I've had a chance to play with this for a while. Somebody lent me this mixer, and I had a chance to play with it for a while. All the color effects work really well. All your faders are they have a good feel to them, a good solid feel to them. You have rubber feel for your bass mids and trebles. All your channel switches, they all feel pretty good. All your effects feel pretty good. And for the structurality of the mixer, it's pretty good. Overall, it's a pretty good mixer, and Pioneer, again, didn't disappoint. Going over to the Denon. Structurally, the Denon is also a very solid mixer. This thing weighs even more than the Pioneer. I don't know what they put in this thing, but it's a pretty heavy mixer. All your faders and everything, they actually feel very smooth, even a little bit smoother than the Pioneer, in my opinion. But again, it's how they work. It's not how smooth they are, but they do feel very good. And Denon used some pretty high quality materials in their faders. Again, with the Denon, one thing I noticed with the Denon, your knobs and everything seem to be a little bit more secure, a little bit more solid, the way that they feel. So they feel a little bit stronger than the Pioneer, but again, Pioneer really doesn't have anything to prove. They've already made some pretty good mixers in the past, and I don't think this one's going to be a problem. But Denon, they've definitely improved on this mixer. Last mixer that I've owned was a DN-X 1500, and it too, I had it for 4 years. Never did me wrong, never broke, never gave any problems. I'm assuming this one is going to be the same. So yes, as in for structural integrity of the mixer, both mixers are pretty good. Now we are going to go into, let's go into the sound quality. Actually, no, before I hit the sound quality, we're going to look at the actual look of the mixer. This one here is a very flashy mixer. If you're a DJ who likes a lot of lights, a lot of fancy stuff, you know, you got a screen here, a colored screen, and everything is, you know, as you can see, everything is controllable. Everything's controllable on there. If I decide that I want to do my fader, my channel fader is everything's visual on the screen. Crossfader, everything's visual on the screen, which is just kind of cool. Do you really need it? I don't know. Again, it's more for flash. Same with all the fancy lights. All the channels have they light up. When you put them in MIDI function, the orange turns blue, and they become your MIDI functions, which is kind of cool. Something that the Pioneer doesn't have. What else? For the Denon, that's about it for looks. I'm not going to get into other stuff yet. We're going to go over to the Pioneer. Pioneer has got, you know, your very standard look. It's nothing too flashy. It's a straightforward black. It complements their CD players. You know, if you can see you know, I got a pair of CDJ900s, and they complement same kind of style of mixer and CDJs. So Pioneer, they made it that way to complement their CD players. Okay, after that, now we're going to go to the sound quality. Sound quality on both mixers are very good, although I gotta say the Pioneer, the sound quality is still great. If you're a dummy DJ and you like playing at max levels all the time, we're talking about everything in the red, This mixer here will not distort. I've tried to make it distort, it will not distort. So if you're one of those dummy DJs who like playing at red levels all night, then this is the mixer for you. But if it breaks, then you know whose fault that is. The Denon. The Denon, if you max out everything, you're getting distortion. So, again, what DJ maxes out everything, I don't know. And it's only literally, you're only going to get the distortion on this if you literally max everything out to the top. If you're hitting red, you're getting distortion. Even if you drop it down a little bit, you're not getting any distortion. So for a DJ like myself who keeps an eye on his levels, adjusts everything according so I don't have to max out the mixer, you're never going to notice a problem like that. But if you're a dummy DJ, then yeah, you're going to want to choose a Pioneer because the clarity is there throughout the volume range. Other than that, we're going to go into just a little bit about the effects. I don't want to touch too much on that because I'll be here forever. Denon has some great effects. All their effects are chosen via the rotary knob, and you basically choose your effect, and your effect is there. The effect sounds are pretty good. They say they're studio quality effects. Yeah, they sound great. There's no distortion in any of the effects and everything, so I would say the effects are pretty good. One thing that this is lacking is your color effects, like your Pioneer has. I'll get into that a little bit later. You don't have any color effects, but what you do have is a high-low pass filter that can be used with the effects, and you have it on each channel, and you can also choose what effect you want for each channel. So if you want to run, you know, two different kind of effects on a channel, then you can do that. With the Pioneer, you really can't do that. You can't run two effects on the same channel. Now there is a trick for both of them. Just put up one channel. Actually, no, sorry, Pioneer can't do that. But the Denon can. On the top you can basically choose, you can put your RCAs in the back wherever you want, and what you can do with these is you can change the input signal to whatever channel you want. So if you got RCAs in here and you want to play from channel 1, you want to play it in this deck, then all you got to do is change this to channel 1, channel 2, and you got 1 and 2 here. So it doesn't matter where you put your RCAs, you can change your channels accordingly. With the Pioneer, you can't do that. So if some DJs, you know, may like that, I thought it was pretty cool because in my situation at home, I got my laptop stand that's in the way, and I can put my RCAs off to the side, leave a lot of room for the laptop stand, and there you go. I don't have any issues of clearance. Other than that, for the effects, I'm not going to touch any more on the effects, but that's pretty much sums it up. It's a very basic description on the effects. One thing this mixer does have that's very cool is, again, the MIDI assign. The Pioneer also has MIDI assign, but the nice thing about Denon is if you're using this channel for music and you all of a sudden want to use this for MIDIs, you click it, bang, all these become your MIDI channels. Whatever you decide for MIDI, if you go back to your original sound, if you want to go back to what's playing and you want your EQs back, you just press that and it goes back. Even if you go in MIDI and you change things, if you take MIDI off, well, no music is playing, so you're not going to notice. Anyways, if you take MIDI off, these rings will flash and let you know that they're not set at the pre-setting when you took your when you put it in MIDI mode. So you just got to set them back. It'll let you know when you've set them back to the your pre-adjustment, and away you go. So the whole mixer can be used as a MIDI controller, and you can constantly switch back and forth to MIDI whenever you want. That's a great feature for Denon. Other than that, that pretty much sums it up for the Denon. Again, a quick recap. Very rock solid mixer. A lot of inputs, outputs. Good feel to everything. One more thing I should add, it's got a 32-bit sound card in there, which no other mixer has right now. So there's a slight advantage for the sound. If you guys are using Tractor and you want to use this as a sound card, it works great. And that's about it for the Denon. Again, a major downfall with this is no color effects, which would be nice to have. And another downfall is going to be your distortion at high levels. The sound is very great, but as soon as you get to max levels, you get distortion. Moving on to the Pioneer. The Pioneer, again, I'm not going to go into all the effects on this. You can read it up. I'm just focusing on kind of the main things that will, if you're in the market, this is what you're going to be looking for. So for the Pioneer, very good quality, very good sound. You have your color effects, which is nice. It's a bonus. You have a few, well, I wouldn't say a few extra, because there's 13 effects on there. There's 13 effects here. There's just different effects on each machine. This machine has some effects that the Denon doesn't have. The Denon's got effects that the Pioneer doesn't have. So kind of a tie when it comes to effects. The effect sounds, I think, are a little bit nicer on the Pioneer. They just seem to have a little bit nicer effects in terms of sound. They both do sound very good. It's just a very slight edge for Pioneer on quality and effects. One cool thing that the Pioneer has that the Denon doesn't have is, of course, your X pad. This allows you to customize effects, allows you to, if you're using multiple fingers, it allows you to bring the beats per minute, and again, in other videos you'll be able to see how it works, but this is a nice little extra thing. Anyways, other than that, that sums it up for both mixers. So DJ Soundwave for my first review on both mixers. Oh, before I go, the number one thing, price. The price of the Pioneer retails at, and now this is not everywhere, this is in Canada, I just called a couple stores, and you're looking at anywhere between $2,200 to $2,400, let's say $2,300 for this mixer. So $2,300 plus tax for this mixer. This mixer here retails for around, I think it was $17.99, so $1,800 for this mixer. Again, you might be able to find it $100 cheaper, maybe $100 more expensive, but you're pretty much going to be $1,800 for this. So is it worth the extra money? That's up to you. Personally, for maybe a couple hundred extra bucks, yes, for the Pioneer. Or if you're a Pioneer purist, then you want to stick with Pioneer. Another bonus with going Pioneers is you can link your CDJs to the mixer, and it allows you to help with your effects. The effects kind of match the beats. I've tried it. It doesn't match it perfectly, so it's not 100% accurate, but it's pretty good. When you adjust your pitch control, your beats per minute on your mixer changes also. With the again, with the Denon, it's more of it comes down to budget. Denon makes a great mixer. This is a good mixer. Still not the quality, in my opinion, and I own the Denon, so I'm not being biased or anything. Still not up to the quality of the Pioneer. Now, I chose the Denon because I got it for literally half price of that one, if not even more than half, actually. So that's why I picked this one. If you're getting a deal like that, yeah, you're gonna go for the Denon. But if mixers are, if they're like, within a $200 range, I would probably have to say, stick with Pioneer. It is a great mixer. Other than that, I don't think anything else to say. The only thing else is if anybody likes to leave any comments. Stupid comments will get erased. Positive comments I will answer if I can. And that's about it. So DJ Soundwave after the first video. Hopefully you guys like it. I didn't ramble on too much. And yeah, go check it out at your local DJ shop.